Hey, Baz, this one really hurts. I mean, I'm convinced in my mind if they don't fumble there, they're going to go up 42-41. Taylor Green wasn't going to be stopped.
I think I agree with you, Sully. What's amazing is that we were in this game at the end. I mean, we had a chance to win this game. It didn't look like that would be the case with about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, and Taylor made a great throw over the middle to Omega Blake. And I didn't like the play call. And give Ole Miss credit; they pried the ball loose. They made the winning play. The only turnover in this game cost the Hogs the game.
And the Hogs missed 2 field goals, Sully. That was another thing that could have been the difference. But yeah, Arkansas had a chance to win this game at the end, Sully. I'm like you. I felt they were going to score, and it took a great play by the defensive Ole Miss.
Yeah, and it's just I'm so frustrated for Talon. This was his chance to win this game, and he got him in position to do that. He had the big run, and he was denied the chance.
Are you kidding? Listen, he had 300 yards passing, 111 yards rushing. I mean, he did everything he could to win this game.
Yeah, you wanted the ball in his hands when the game was decided, and that's what really hurts. I mean,
I'm like you, Sully. I would have rather him rolled out one way or the other, let him throw. That I didn't like that call, but. Listen, it's not the offense's fault. Defense just could not stop Ole Miss most of the night tonight.
No. You look at the difference between those two teams, though, is one turnover. I mean, and that's been the Sam Pittman era. You've been so close in games you could win, but you can't finish. You miss the field goals, you have the turnover.
Yeah, and you were surprised that Lane Kiffin kicked the field goal and really put that game on the line, kept Arkansas in the game instead of going for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a 10-point game, and they had 4th and 3 at the 5 or 6 yard line. And with Taylor Green on the other side, I'm making it a 3-score game and not giving him a chance from that because you saw what happened. Arkansas had plenty of time to win that game.
Right. Yeah, Sully, this one hurts. It was funny. It caught a lot of emotion. I don't think anybody really thought Arkansas was going to win this game in the second half. And all of a sudden you looked up and you got a chance to win this game, Sully.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of people are going to be looking at the defense, Sully.
Yeah.
We wonder how good we would be. A lot of fundamental problems there.
Unfortunately, we didn't see it in the second half. Most of the plays Ole Miss made in the second half were really good throws by that quarterback. But the first half, there was so many busts, 62-yard, 64-yard, guys running loose in the back of the end zone. Travis Williams is going to click on that tape, and he's going to probably cry after what happened this year and last year.
Yeah, and then you got a team coming up next week, Sully, Memphis, that throws the ball around too. They're going to watch that secondary tape and go licking their chops for that.
Yeah, it just goes back to there's a fine line between winning and losing in the SEC, and you have to do the little things. You have to hit your field goals. I didn't like going for the field goal to start the game because I thought touchdowns would win this game. And you got Bobby Petrino, you got Taylor Green, you got 4th and 2. You took the ball, and then you try a 51-yard field goal with a freshman kicker.
Yeah, I do want to go back. I do think we have to say just what a job by Taylor in the offense. Not just Taylor, but the offensive line. That was we thought this would be a track meet, and it was. And it came down the wire. We had our chances.
There was a play late. Taylor to Omega Blake on both ends. There was a very small window.
Had to buy time.
Yes, and that's just Taylor performing in the clutch. And this is what I hate for him is he was denied a chance to win this game. And I really think this kid's a special player, and it just hurts. I hurt for him.
Well, he did all he can do, Sully. I think everybody's going to see that nationally. I go back though, Sully. We heard about this secondary. We heard they look bigger and stronger and all those things, but it comes down to football IQ. Yeah. It comes down to football IQ, and if these guys don't understand, listen, Kiffin's a good play caller, but you've got to understand where you're supposed to be, and you just saw receivers running wide open and blown assignments, and then going up for the ball, and their guy doing a better job of getting it. So just the defense has got to look themselves in the mirror and see where can we get better.
And how many times have we bailed this quarterback out with just a release pass where he had nothing open and the guy's open and runs 20 yards, 30 yards.
I will say this, though. Paul Simmons at Harding University head coach was right about this kid. That kid, to me, I don't know about the other kid, but that kid's a winner. That's why he won a national championship at Ferris State, and he's the real deal. He can zip it. He can run it. So I think they probably have a quarterback here at Ole Miss.
A lot of how you do in the SEC is how you function in the last 5 minutes, and the defense got the stop. They needed to get the stop. And the offense had scored. You needed another touchdown. And, boy, it's a tough lesson to learn. They pried the ball loose. Ball security.
Play.
Yeah.
Listen, they had to make that play, and their player made the play. Our player did not make the play, and so you got to tip your hat to them. And that's about the only defensive play they made all night.
Yeah. You could sense in this building some unrest. I mean,
it's almost like, can you believe? Wait a minute. Arkansas may win this game, and it looked like there was no way in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that Arkansas has Taylon Green, and you know the great thing about college football is week to week. You don't know what to expect. I mean, look at Arkansas State today. They looked horrible last week and almost beat Iowa State.
And then you got A&M, I think, beating Notre Dame.
Yeah.
By the way, I do want to say thanks to Oakland Sports. Sully, you know, you look at the number. Can you imagine the numbers? I mean, it was all overs tonight.
Oakland took a bath.
they may have. And listen, I had a bad day today picking. It's tough to figure out, like you said, the Arkansas State. I mean, are you kidding me? That was the number 14 team in the nation that came into Jonesboro, and Arkansas State hung with them. So, anyway, thanks to them. And this was, Sully, you have no time to start feeling sorry for yourself if you're Arkansas, because Memphis is ready to play you. They're 3-0. They're playing at home. So that's going to be a challenge to you. They like to throw it as well.
Yeah, this 3-game stretch I thought was critical, that you take maybe 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And that leaves you Notre Dame's in a track meet. I have no doubt it's going to be one of those games when we play in Fayetteville. It's going to be a 38-31, and who makes the plays in the final minutes of the game.
We talked about this at the beginning of the season, Sully. We felt like that was going to be the MO for this season. We said we think this team is going to have to outscore everybody. We had a feeling, although the defensive line, I will say this, defensive line stopped the run, occasionally put some pressure on them, but it was a secondary where you really found some holes.
And if you're this bad defensively, you got to create turnovers, and Ole Miss did. They didn't play well defensively, but they pried that ball. They forced that one turnover. It wasn't a guy just losing the ball. They forced that one turnover.
That was a plus great play by that defender, and it was the difference in the game because I think we both agreed Arkansas was going to score. They could not stop Taylon Green. Like I said, I wish it had been in Taylon's hands, a little bit longer. So
yeah, he was unstoppable tonight. I mean, just those. I want to smile, but I don't. It
reminded me of some of those KJ Jefferson games here. Remember where he had that went off and just couldn't stop him, and that was tonight. So good for him. Too bad for Razorback fans.
For Sam Pittman, it's another one of those that you should have won against Lane Kiffin and you didn't. And you hate that. You hate that for Bobby Petrino. You hate that for Razorback fans because we've been there so much, these last few years. The difference between winning and losing and how it affects future weeks usually. That's the one thing you said. You got to wash this.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, so it gets tougher. So they know what they need to do. So good things on offense, not so much on defense. So we'll see.
All right. Thank you much for tuning in, and we're going to head down to the press conference. All right, thank you. Thanks, Oakland.